Anxiety is a feeling of tension or worry, and it can stem from certain concerns or thoughts, or the source of it can be unknown. Anxiety can often manifest physiologically as well, with hypertension, headaches, intestinal issues, irritability, and also sleep issues, and much more. So, what differentiates an anxiety disorder just from typical anxiety is that the amount of tension and worry you feel is excessive, and the amount of danger that's actually there is very low. So you're getting very anxious over things that shouldn't be making you so anxious. One specific disorder is generalized anxiety disorder, which is characterized by having this omnipresent, unfocused anxiety, meaning that there is no one specific thing that's making you anxious. So people with this disorder tend to be more on edge and more vigilant because there is no one specific source. This is different from a phobic disorder, which is an exaggerated or irrational fear of a specific object or situation. One of these includes agoraphobia, which is the fear of public or open spaces. And again, with a phobic disorder, the fear must be disproportionate compared to the actual threat. For example, if you're afraid of a snake and you're in the woods, that is not irrational, as you know, the snakes there can be very dangerous. But if you're afraid of there being a snake in your bedroom, that would be more irrational. With this, there also must be a significant impact or disruption of your life. So if you're afraid of the snake in your room, but you're not really doing much about it, you're still living on and you're fine. But if this is stopping you from going into your room or from going to school, then this is impacting your life in a much more significant way, which could lead to diagnosis. Phobias can be treated by systemic desensitization, which is the process of slowly exposing somebody to this fear gradually while also implementing relaxation techniques. With this, psychologists will often start out small with the fear. So if you have arachnophobia, you would maybe start with a picture of a spider, and then once this person gets comfortable with that, they can move up to maybe a stuffed spider, and then maybe a spider in a container, until they finally can be in the room with the spider while being able to control their fear. Now I'll briefly touch on panic disorders, which are recurring unexpected surges of intense fear or discomfort. And with this must disrupt a person's life in some way. For example, they might worry about having an attack again or wonder what the consequences are of their attack. These symptoms have to last for 1 month or longer to qualify as a disorder. Next, we'll cover obsessive compulsive disorder, aka OCD. And so, to understand this, we should define obsessions and compulsions. So, obsessions are recurring unwanted thoughts, ideas, and emotions. There are 3 main categories, one to do with accidents, another to do with contamination, and another to do with aggression. Compulsions are actions one feels drawn to perform again and again. It has a cyclical nature of obsessing over something and that obsession causing anxiety, then the compulsion, which the person does, and that fuels relief. But this is very repetitive in that the obsession comes back. This cycle can occur because one feels that if they do not do things in a specific way, things will go wrong. Their notions are also reinforced even when things go right because they believe their routine had a direct influence on the outcome they desired. Exposure and ritual prevention therapy is one of the solutions in order to stop this cycle. It allows for people to have obsessive thoughts without acting on them. The hope is that the person realizes that their routines have little to no impact on their situation. So hopefully they feel less responsible for the outcomes that happen to them. If you found this video helpful, I have more to check out and I will be posting more. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.